I am very pleased to introduce Monica Oleastro. Monica, she is a researcher at the Department of Infectious Diseases at the Portuguese National Institute of Health. She is currently the head of the National Reference Laboratory for Gastrointestinal Diseases. Her main areas of work are on clinical microbiology, epidemiological surveillance, AMR, foodborne pathogens, and whole genome sequence.
Thank you, Dolores.
Monica will speak about successes and challenges story with focus on Portugal.
Yes.
Monica.
Thank you, Dolores. Thank you for the organization to invite me to present the Portuguese experience in this long journey of the One Health OHEJP. So I will talk on behalf of the two partners that have participated, INSA and INIAV. And INSA is the National Health Institute, and INIAV is the National Institute of Agrarian and Veterinary Research, and had the participation of the National Reference Laboratory for Animal Health. As you can see, the Portuguese partners have participated in several, a huge list of projects, both joint integrative projects and joint research projects. And the three domains were covered: the emerging threats, the foodborne zoonosis, and the antimicrobial resistance. Just to mention that INSA and INIAV, we both hold the national reference laboratories in Portugal. So the first great main positive outcome of our participation and being part of this consortium was indeed that One Health OHEJP allowed us to raise awareness at the national level regarding the One Health concept. And this was very important, more specifically to the public health that were less aware of the One Health concept. At the institutional level, of course, it was very important for us to participate, as One Health OHEJP promoted scientific progress, promoted technical progress. Indeed, several new diagnostic and surveillance tools were developed within this consortium, and we are now currently using some of these tools in our routine activities. And I would mention, for example, reference databases of bacterial strains and genomes, harmonized procedures, handbooks, and very important surveillance-oriented tools. It was also very important, of course, for the capacity building, promote capacity building of the involved researchers, not only through the direct participation in the project, but also through the short-term missions. This consortium is also, I would like to highlight that this consortium enrolled teams with different skills, as already mentioned, that are still collaborating and exchanging experiences after the conclusion of the One Health OHEJP project. So this stands for a sustainable item of the consortium. And also very important, it allowed us to hire specialized human resources in bioinformatics and microbial genomics that are now part of the INSA team, like Veronica is a good example. So one very successful short-term mission was developed in the frame of the Discover project, which was a joint research project led by DTU. In the work package, surveillance and source attribution of AMR based on metagenomic analysis. So this short-term mission involved the metagenomic analysis of aquaculture sediments from Portugal, and in the end, it led to the implementation of this approach at INIAV, and also the establishment of collaboration, a fruitful collaboration, and improvement of scientific and technical capacity of the involved researcher. At the country level, the balance was less positive, I could say. Indeed, we are still not able to share national databases between human health and public health. We failed to implement One Health systems involving different levels of organizations yet, and to some extent we failed to translate suggestions and outputs in practice at national level. Of course, we are quite aware that we have to work on these points to be better prepared. We also identified some weaknesses, some points that were less good. For example, the Animal Health and Public Health Institutes prioritized different projects to participate in, so the collaboration between institutes was not as fruitful as desired. We failed to engage the program owners. We also were unable to set up a national mirror group that could have helped at enhancing collaboration and promote dissemination of the progress of the project. So we are quite aware that we further need to strengthen One Health collaboration at national level. And for that, we have identified several points that need to be put in action, such as the establishment of a One Health system dependent on a proactive approach rather than a reactive approach. We need to develop a standardized system for the joint assessment of zoonotic diseases risks. We need to create a common database for building sustainable mechanisms of communication. We need to put in practice national level policies beyond each institution, supporting collaboration, creating social, cultural, and educational environments that could reduce the gap between animal health and public health. We need to changes in cultural, social, and institutional practices, and we need to collaborate multidisciplinary and transdisciplinary. And very important, we need science policy translation and political will. So these points and reflections can be found in a master thesis in veterinary medicine from a student from INIAV. So during our participation in the One Health AGP, we could put One Health in practice, as if we can say this. And one of those moments was through the cohesive, the Joint Integrative Project COHESIS, One Health structure in Europe that we heard so much about during this meeting. The cohesive, one of the main outputs was the development of a practical guideline, as Kitty mentioned yesterday, to help countries organizing the risk analysis of emerging zoonoses in a One Health system. And based on this practical guideline, a pilot tool was developed and was tested in a workshop that was held at INIAV, bringing together key actors involved in the risk analysis of zoonoses in Portugal to map our current situation. And in the end of the workshop, the Portuguese participants agreed on the following suggestions. So it's necessary to raise awareness across sectors, generating cross-sectoral perspectives and building on trusting relationships. We need to establish national One Health community of practice, strengthening communication and data sharing across sectors. And also, it led us to identify gaps as well as strengthens of already existing One Health systems, enhancing the use of existing resources. The other moment that we really put One Health in practice at national level was, of course, the participation in the simulation exercise, the so famous CIMEX that we heard so much about. As I already mentioned, Portugal was one of the 11 countries that participated. Both INSA and INIAV have participated. We also have the participation of regional, local, and national authorities, and the three sectors were present: animal health, public health, and food safety. So the main outputs and lessons learned from this participation was that we were clarified regarding the rules and functions of the available systems. We were aware of the constraints of existing legislation, and we concluded that we need to harmonize harmonization and data sharing, and of course, again, need of political and organizational willingness and commitment. And as an end, I would like to finish. I would like to bring you an example of how One Health AGP has triggered technical and scientific advances, and how it was direct translated into the institutional context. So I would like to bring you an example of the Tel Aviv project, a joint research project for point of incidence toolbox for emerging virus threats. This Tel Aviv project allowed the development of a toolbox which includes a web lab component and a bioinformatic components for virus metagenomics detection and routine genomic surveillance. INSA was very much involved in development of this toolbox, mainly on the bioinformatics components, and we had the participation of João Santos, which was a fellowship from this project, and I would like to give him his testimony to show you the importance for the institute and also for him as and his personal point of view. So he said, the Tel Aviv project has given me the opportunity to develop my own skills while exploring the exciting worlds of microorganisms and health alongside a motivated and hard-working team. As a One Health Fellow, I integrated an international network collaborating to produce cutting-edge and impactful research. It has been a rewarding experience to foster these connections and see my work benefit the important tasks of genomic surveillance and diagnostics at home and internationally. So what was the motivation to the development of this toolbox? It was that the implementation of metagenomic virus diagnostics and routine genomic surveillance can be particularly challenging due to the lack of bioinformatics infrastructure and also to the lack of expertise to process and interpret next-generation sequencing data. The outcome of this was the development of the INSA Flu Tel Aviv, which is a web-based platform that can handle read sequencing generated from any equipment, short reads, long reads, and enables a lot of work, enables the identification of both RNA and DNA viruses, provides multiple surveillance-oriented features towards mutations detection, consensus generation, lineage genotype clarification, alignments, genotype-phenotype screening, phylogenetics, and integrative phylogeographical and temporal analysis. What was the impact of this platform? It has been crucial for genomics. Yes, okay, 1 minute. It was very important and it's crucial for our genomic surveillance. It is the default tool now at INSA for genomic surveillance, and it captured the attention of the international scientific community and key stakeholders in the field of public health. It has been enrolled in multiple and international training activities within Europe and also outside Europe, and it was also disseminated within One Health OHEJP in 2 webinars and in the last stakeholder conference. So I would like to give you the final balance, which was positive. I think we achieved the major aim of the One Health OHEJP, improve our prevent, detect, response capacity. But of course, we are quite aware that we have a long way to go. And for that, I know it doesn't exist yet, but we look forward for the One Health OHEJP version 2. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Monica. I'm afraid we have no time now for questions, but it was a very good presentation.
Thank you.